welcome back to my channel. My name is Tay. So today, as you can see by the title, we're going to be talking about bay leaves and how you can use these for spiritual reasons, what they do, and why I use this as a cheap alternative for other types of herbs. Okay, so this is something very, very common. I actually have a pack here and I decided to pull one out because I'm going to show you exactly what I do with bay leaves. Okay, so if you see me looking down, I am reading everything that I wrote down so I won't miss anything. I personally use bay leaves to burn and sage certain things within my energetic field. Okay, so when I say sage, I'm just giving you the mental picture of how I use this. Okay, now these are relatively cheap. I think you can get a 25-ounce bag for $1 or something, $2. So these are very, very cheap and they go a long way. I use them for protection and also to cancel out and avoid hexes or any type of evil outsourced energy that may be coming my way via what I do by putting myself out there or just being who I am on the outside in the outside world. You just never know who's hating, or if somebody cursed you just literally by driving or something and they cuss you out, that is a form of a curse. Okay, so you want to make sure you are protecting yourself. This is a very cheap and alternative way to do so. Now, another reason why I actually like to use bay leaves is one, because it's a quick way to expel the energies, and I like to cleanse my tarot cards with this actually, to kind of remove any of the energetic bodies that may be living within my cards, because I read for lots of different people. Another way that this is used for spiritual reasons, people will use these as yes or no ways to know something. So depending on how developed you are spiritually when it comes to your magic, you can use these to actually answer questions. Will so and so call me today? If you light it and it goes out like this, it's no. Okay, now if you light it and you see that it is burning bright, it's beautiful, I asked a different question in my head, and it stays and you see the smoke kind of coming off of it and it's lit, that's a yes. Okay, now depending on how long it burns could depend on whatever you asked, or so and so, but that's a really good way to see what your answer is. Now, the scents can be overbearing for some people. If you're not into like herbal scents, and this probably isn't for you, the smell is a lot more bearable than sage in my opinion. So if you just want to do a quick like spritz of energy cleanse and you don't want your whole house to smell like sage completely, you can definitely use bay leaf, and I think it's a little bit more bearable. Again, bay leaves do go in food, so it kind of, if you are used to smelling or tasting bay leaf whenever the little herby trail that it leaves behind, then you'll be familiar with the scent. Now, usually bay leaves are not used like to fry. They're usually used like in soups and stuff like that. And if you're anything like me, I believe that cooking is a form of spiritual healing and also a way to entice and just show your energetic levels through food and taste and all of those good things that it brings together, especially as a woman. So if you use bay leaf in this, you can also have, if you're making a spiritual bath for yourself, you can add this in there. I would say grind it up. The only thing with bay leaves, they're pretty sharp. So you want to be careful of like making sure that you're not just putting big pieces that are sharp or whatever. That's, you should know how to do that if you're grown. You can actually put it within your food, like I keep saying. I don't know who needs to hear that. You can put it in your food if you feel like you've been getting like a lot of food poisoning, or if you feel like you have been just retaining a lot of salt. There's actually what the bay leaf is made out of. There's a certain chemical in it. I don't know it by name, but it causes anti-inflammatory properties. So it helps you out with things like that. If you've been feeling achy, or if you have joints, that are hurting you, or you can make teas from bay leaves. I've never actually made a bay leaf tea, but I have seen things on the internet that people do this. And if you ingest it, it's supposed to be like a very calming effect when you smell it. So I would imagine it is when you drink it. Like another way that bay leaf works is whenever you light it, it adds this alertness to you. And I don't know if this is just on a spiritual level or whatever, but it adds alertness. Meaning you start to feel a little bit more aware. So if you're feeling tired, this is a great way to do things. But it's kind of weird because you can also use this to calm down situations. But I think it's just literally the way that you hold the leaf, and like how you allow it to like, you know what I'm saying? Like that in itself, I feel like is very mystical. And it allows for lots of different relaxation. But it does have chemicals in it that release this energy that makes you become more alert. So you want to write on a bay leaf for certain properties that you want during spells or just alone, okay? Just when you're having a thought of something. And then you burn it while imagining whatever you wanted, how it feels, how it looks, how it tastes, whatever the case, however it feels to have whatever you're wanting. So for example, whenever I'm doing certain candle magic and stuff like that, I always have at least one bay leaf that has protection written on the front, and then other things that I want on the back. But I have many bay leaves that I'll have, and I'll actually burn them separately and read it and have it in my mind that this is what I want to bring in. But like I said, I always have at least one bay leaf that has protection on it, like spiritual protection. I actually was doing that before I realized that bay leaf is a way to avoid hexes. So I guess it was just like an intuitive thing for me. But you definitely want to use that in any type of spells that you do. I recommend it. It's a good, fast way to just kind of light it up. And remember, with fire, I don't know if you're heavily placed with fire in your chart, but we all have all 4 elements within our chart. Fire is a great way to ignite and start something of your own vision, of your own planning, of your own will, right? So when you are lighting up a bay leaf, you definitely, whatever you've written on it, you are starting that. So you want to make sure whatever you're trying to bring in, you don't ask for things that you're not ready for. You don't ask for things that you don't really know if you're supposed to have it. I say you're supposed to ask for things and set intentions for things that you know you're ready for, but also that don't jeopardize other people. Obviously, this is up to you, but you have to really know spiritually what you're doing when dealing with magic or any type of manifestation, because we're always manifesting. You know, our spirit is always bringing in new things because our spirit likes to explore. But you have to be very aware of what you're asking for. I think a lot of people have this tendency to try to bring people in. They'll ask for things like, let this person come towards me, but when they come towards them, maybe they're with another person, something like that. So you want to be very aware of what you're asking for, and I say it's always best to target it towards yourself and not involve other people in your magic, but that's a whole nother video. You can use this in food to enhance foods like roux for your gumbo and things like that, which is magic in itself, honey. It adds certain magical properties to the food. We talked about that already. When ingested in a tea or cooking, it adds anti-inflammatory agents, and it protects the immune system. It adds this protection against your immune. So if it can protect you spiritually, it can protect you internally with your immune system, okay? It's been known to aid in alertness because of its chemicals, pinene, cyanol, elemicin. It fights tiredness and fatigue. I use this to clear my cards, my crystals, my new candles that I have not worked on yet. When I'm anointing my candles, I always use bay leaves. I use bay leaves more than I use sage. I'm just going to be honest. It's more convenient. And I feel like it's more immediate, if that makes any sense. So I'll show you one more time how to light a bay leaf. And it'll go out rather quickly, okay? But as you can see, it'll still be going. And whatever falls off, I don't know if the ashes are important, but I love to use that as kind of like a smudging mechanism. And you just keep going. But the point of this is to keep in your mind what your vision is, literally your vision, okay? Because this is dealing with fire and earth. So you're bringing in your visions down to your reality. That's what this is all about, okay? And you'll notice there's certain things that if you think about them, the flame will last longer, or the whole leaf itself will burn faster. So to me, if the flame stays lit longer, this is something that is a vision that may need a little bit more work. But at the same time, it's a vision that it's so big that you have to plan for it more, right? Now, if the leaf burns faster, and you've seen how it started out to where it is now, if it burns faster than the flame, to me, that means that it's coming towards you. It's about to happen. It's something here. It's already coming towards you, okay? So it's more about just willing it in and keep doing the things that it takes to receive this. And it stops, just like that. And that's it. And then you're left with this, and you can put this in your candle. You can write on it. Obviously, I think writing is most important when you're doing this, and seal it off with some oil and put it into the flame. that is my take on bay leaves. I really hope that it helped you understand how to use them better, or maybe you've had bay leaves in your pantry for a long time and you didn't know what the hell to use them for. So thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope it helped you. And if you are interested in more videos like this, I have plenty more videos where this came from, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.